And welcome back. And let's just jump straight into the fact that I am going to try and take the plethora of parts that came off that engine and put it back together, hopefully by the end of this video. I've got parts coming in too, so we'll see. One quick question, just because I'm going to post this before I've finalized everything. PCV. I've been reading stuff, and some people say you lose horsepower, you don't, yada yada, or it's good for it. What I'm contemplating is just simply removing, well, like running this to a catch can, running that to a catch can, potentially removing the valve itself and just running it to the catch can, have it free breathing, no pressure. But you guys tell me, because by the time you see this video, I'm still not going to be at a point that I can't go through and change some stuff. Anyway, I'm going to start working on this, and we will just, instead of some music and some, what is it called? Fast forward time lapse. There we go. Instead of that, I'll just stop at intervals if I feel like it's anything pertinent, like, make it halfway through this yeah, there we go. Halfway through this, show where it's at, something usable to people, hopefully. Anyway, we'll be back. Hooray! Hey, guess what? I'm not going to expect everyone to go through and watch this. So, if you do, thank you. But if you don't, this is a specific set of questions for those who have knowledge. Just post them in the comments if you can. I'd much appreciate it. But I've got a few questions. First question. Anyone know what belt would specifically work to go around here? Size and, I can figure out ribs. But with that, would you also want to replace this with a new pulley? And if so, would you want it to be ribbed also? I'm guessing you don't need this. With that said, also, is there, aside from aesthetics, is there any need to cover any of this up? Because I cannot find any of this stuff. Well, we are back with a small update of loss. I have lost some things. So, we have upper timing covers, like what goes over the valve covers, which we won't be using probably. But I appear to have lost a number of things. Like, I think there's something that's supposed to go here. Something that's supposed to go here. Pretty sure a bolt that's supposed to go here. Oh, and also, like, you see that little thingy? Whatever. It'll mount here, have a thermostat, yada yada. There is an O-ring on that part that's supposed to go around here, and it never came with any of my kits. So, I've got to figure that out. I do have an O-ring that came for the part that goes in here. That's great. I also have an O-ring that came for something smaller. No idea what it goes to. But that is where I'm at. I ordered a new crank pulley or harmonic balance or whatever, because that also went missing. I'm going to see if I can maybe find... So I ordered a replacement for this, and then I realized later it might be better to have a grooved pulley, because we're literally just going to go boom, 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 boom. So find a new belt type for that. But I really want to find the timing cover pieces that go here, just because it helped clean this part up just a little. But this is where I'm at. Got this put in, this put on. Apparently previous owners, like, I've done a lot of cleaning on this, but we still had black RTV there. I don't think you really need black RTV there, but whatever. Let's see, how dirty is that? Kind of dirty. So yeah, I'm also still on the path of cleaning that up, putting new injectors in, so on and so forth. The mess grows, but maybe I'll clean it, or maybe it'll go away. We'll be back. Here's for some more updates. Did some cleaning of the valve covers. The PCV valve, whatever that was some hard, crusty stuff. So I chipped it out, broke it up. I'm hoping, because I started doing that here, I've looked in there, but I lost a piece. So I'll be vacuuming out this whole area. I didn't see anything in there, but that was a stupid move on my part to try and clean those up at all while still here. Anyway, I cleaned them up, clean the inside, clean the outside. I'm still trying to remove more of the PCV or RTV. That shit's a huge pain in the ass. My God. I still haven't actually even tried it over here. So the next things I'm trying to do are valve covers. I was going to do the starter, and I did have it in there temporarily. But then I decided, before I get going, let me get it tested. I'm glad I did. The gear would shoot out, but it wouldn't spin. So I did order another one. Hopefully that will be good. Should begin here in the next day or two, so we'll be waiting on that. And that is that little update. Think I got a couple parts, and yeah, I will get more stuff put together. Here we go. Here's the stock injectors. Here's the RX-7 injectors. If you can tell, they're not too different. The RX or RX-8 injectors are just a little shorter, but they still have a very similar mounting location. Like, distance-wise, it's just the nose doesn't go as far up. So, and it's already been shown that these can be used on this engine, so I'm actually not too worried. But I just wanted to make a, actually show the difference. And yeah, I'm going to put the injectors in, whoop-dee. Then I will show the fuel rail and the differences I see, or the things I'm going to have to do, yada, yada, yada. Be back. And welcome back to another little stop-in point. I have a new harmonic balancer / crank pulley down there. I just wanted to show this. I, maybe could have found a block-off plate for this, but here's the cold start injector that early Toyotas had. What I did was remove the line, which was banjo bolted through here. I put a nut in here that is a, M8 1.0. And then I, just cut off the wire. So this should stay nice and blocked off. And I don't know if I even needed to put a nut in there since it's an injector. I unplugged it or cut it, so it should stay closed, but what the hell? Better safe than sorry, right? Also, block off plate. I ended up ordering 2. I think this one was from Venom. Let me see real quick. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not showing the paper because it has my address. But they call it a PCV block off, whereas the other place I ordered from called it EGR deletes because it came with this plate and like 3 other small plates. One that blocks this, But those three are painted sitting on the ground over there. You probably can't see it, but yes, I painted the floor and the parts black. So we will be back when this is on and some other things are done. Yeah. Anyway, be back. Well, as with any progress, sometimes you have to take a step back or two. Hopefully I'll remember to put a segment in somewhere or record questions. But does anyone know where all these things go to? See, I'm kind of figuring that goes here. Why there's a coolant line going to the idle air control valve, I don't know, or at least I'm pretty sure that's the idle air control valve. Although I'm going to feel like an idiot if it's not. So that goes to the intake. I'm guessing to, suck in filtered air to control the idle, yada yada. I have no idea where that's supposed to go and where that's supposed to go. Now, also, I plugged up right there where the cold start injector went, or where the fuel supply for it went. So that's blocked off. I also plan on gutting out the PVC or PCV, whatever, gutting out the old valve, just have it free flowing. That's going to free flow also. I'm just going to have them routing to a catch can later, and then have that probably recirculating back in. But I came to a conclusion, or at least I think I have. So I was looking up how I was going to run fuel to this. And I came to a sad discovery after I put everything together. Boo-hoo. It would make a lot more sense to rotate. I assume this can all rotate 180 degrees and aim these out the back. Then what I can do is get a simple barb fitting going straight out. Then that way, no weird 90 degrees trying to route things properly. Then I don't have to try and run a fuel line from here under the throttle body. So things like that. So I think I'm going to be doing that. We'll find out on the next little bit of the video, because I'll come back and either have it flipped or say it didn't work. We'll find out. The next goal also is to get the throttle body on and cleaned up, because it looks like ass. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can dismantle some of that, because I'm assuming this is cruise control and stuff and things. There's a lot more on there than I'm familiar with. So I'm going to see if I can dismantle some of that. Anyway, yeah, there's where we are, and we'll be back. Here we are, mostly reassembled, waiting to go into the engine bay, have wires run, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to cover the basics and yada, yada. So I looked this up. I learned that this was for the traction control on the Lexus. That's kind of cool. But, well, actually it's kind of over the top, but whatever. Maybe at a later date I'm going to remove all this and seal it up and yada yada. I do plan on maybe this and this former PCV valve, it is now just a gutted entryway. I'm going to put a tube on that, tube on this, run it to a catch can, and I may just throw a filter on that catch can, or run a tube to go here, and then in there maybe a PCV valve that only allows air to flow this way, because since I'm going to be boosting it, I don't think I want boost coming out there. So yeah, there's that. I have new wiring connector thingies coming because I ordered the wrong ones before. Here are the Audi coil-on plugs, or Volkswagen, whatever. Lamborghini, I guess, might use them. Audi, Lambert, whatever. But I want to figure out a better solution. I like the coils. I think I want to figure out a good way to do it or deal with it. So, just to show you, anyone who's made it this far, it stops at this rubber grommet. So, if you listen, there's no noise. It just stops. This one, on the other hand, let me suction cup this thing off. There we go. So yeah, it gets a much better seal. Let's see if... So yeah, you can kind of tell that, yeah, this is fully clipped in. And if you look, you might be able to see there is a small gap that allows just a little bit of movement. So what I did was I removed this part off the coil that's just stopped it. Contemplating, I could modify this, or I could find another solution like just a little O-ring or something to give it some stability. Or I'll be asking this earlier in the video because I'm just gonna put a little clip it in. Has anyone ever seen something made that just kind of holds these things in place? Like, you know, a bracket. I don't know how feasible it is because, like, this bolt hole, I could see as securing something down. But for these coils, they're blocking the rest of them. So, yeah, kind of a crapshoot. Got a new harmonic balancer. It's in place. I'm also going to have to ask if anyone who's watching has any idea of what belt size would be used for just that. And if there's specifically a pulley with teeth that would work for this. Because I imagine, you know, loosen this up, throw a belt on, and then poof, good. But yeah, we'll see. And think I had, I made this all good to go, but I don't think I need it. We'll see. I'll ask those questions at the beginning because I don't expect many people to make it this far. So, yes. Engine's looking pretty good. Not sure the next step. Could be headers. Could be rear main and transmission. Could be engine bay. I don't know. But at least the engine is at that state of, okay, do something with it. Oh, yes, I forgot another thing. From Venom or Excess Manufacturing, I got this to replace the oil sensor, and I also got this for relocating the oil filter because that thing was just kind of annoying. But thank you for watching and have a good day, all that jazz. Bye-bye now.